lighting gods, whoever they are.
That was actually amazing. Usually when we say like, hey, the lights are too bright, they just stay as bright.
Like, he's not talking to me.
This is a cool feeling. Someone's like, I don't care.
It's Oscar in the back going, it's not my job.
Exactly. Inside.
Yeah. So.
How are you guys digging season 8? For those of you who haven't- Pretty cool, huh?
What do you guys think about season 9?
Now, which one of you in here?
It's gonna suck.
Already. Somebody in here already knows what season 9 is about. I know it. Someone's like, it's episode 1 of season 9.
They've already written it. We're just waiting to submit it to Jeremy so that we can actually cut it.
Jeremy, here's your season opener.
Yeah.
Don't change the word.
We want the movie!
I know.
That'll come in like 20 years from now. Sam! Where's my cane?
My bad hip! I got to thinking, I realized when I got to watch the last two episodes live, and I was trying to tweet during it. No, we still have 2 more.
Still 2 more to air.
Yeah. We still have 2 more to air? Is that right?
So he's seeing 21.
Booger.
Great Escape!
The one with
Booger!
or Curtis Armstrong. AKA Booger.
I was saying we were calling him Booger, and like, that's so exciting. He's done so much other stuff.
Live that down.
He's awesome.
I was like, Curtis Armstrong. I don't know, who is Curtis Armstrong? It's Booger! Cliff Booger's gonna be on!
He texted me. I think he texted me that morning. He was like,
Dude, I'm working with Booger!
Yeah. I know, man.
See, you know, we still get starstruck. It is.
It was
Yeah, true.
It is Booger. So who wants to yell the question or something before we start jibber jabbering? Yes, I saw a hand. Yeah. Jensen.
See what happens? You open up the floor, they want to talk to me.
Questions start with W. Who, what, when, where, what? Not Jensen.
Yep. All right, you're off to a good start. Do I
Oh, I like that question actually.
Do I purposefully do the eyebrow thing on the show? I actually can't do that voluntarily. So I'm serious.
Dean can.
I really can't. I'm not lying.
You really can't.
It is just a freak occurrence that happens that I'm unaware of. So, what? Like lightning.
Like thunder.
Much like lightning.
The way you love is frightening.
Freak of nature that I am. Yes, right here, man.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Okay, it's even.
Even Steve. Why is your friend over there?
Why will she kill her?
Yeah, well, duh.
Oh my god.
Duh.
Class is in session, ladies and gentlemen. Take notes.
We're not going to Dallas.
You find your center, right?
Now, find your balance. Good.
Then you kind of put one leg forward. I put my left leg forward. Twist the hips.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit of toe.
A little slight bend.
Yeah. See, this was even natural. I didn't mean to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, a little bit of like, you're pushing your hips with your hand.
Oh, that's good.
So it's kind of, not just resting it, yeah, because it's just resting it, then you could just be hanging out. Like, I'm just hanging out.
Yeah.
When you push it a little bit, and then, yeah.
No, it makes sense.
You want part of your neck to stick out, so you want to twist your neck a little bit, and then you just suck the cheeks in.
You just got schooled.
No one took a picture of that, right? That could be humiliating.
Speaking of modeling, I have to tell a quick story. You guys, you saw the episode with Felicia Day recently. When she's doing her little montage with the clothing, she came out and did that pose, where she bastardize this, but which she does it way better. Everybody on the crew, including me, the show was over all of us just. I think
Channeling Tyra.
like lost it. She just can't. Yeah, it was like she goes, "It's my Tyra Banks." What? Oh gosh, that girl is funny.
She's awesome. Y'all
She
enjoy
is
her?
funny. Yeah. Yes, you right there. Yes. From 80s TV shows. Yeah. Let's talk about some Miami Vice action, huh?
Billy
I'll
Idol.
roll up my pink sleeves. Like, Magnum. No, not Don Johnson. Okay, good. Scared me there. I was gonna... Well, you mentioned one that I loved, which was Airwolf. Love that show. You guys remember that show? What a great show that was. I don't know that they meant for Dean to look like an 80s TV hero. They probably just thought it would be sentimental to have his father's jacket on him, which God rest its soul. Well, you got to remember, Eric Kripke is a child of the '80s. You know, I mean, he grew up during the '80s, and that was his childhood. Was fast cars and those kind of the Tom Sellecks of the world. So those are the guys that he kind of grew up watching, and so it makes sense that he created characters with that feel. So yeah,
I watched Fraggle Rock. I'd love to sound tough, but I'm not gonna bullshit.
yeah, you got to remember, Jared was born in the '80s. He was born in the '80s, so he was still watching cartoons
Fraggle
up
Rock,
until '89.
Garfield. What's the
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I'll go there. I didn't watch cool stuff until later. I think I was too young for Power. I was too old.
Old for Power Rangers, yeah.
Thundercats. Oh. Yeah.
We got to go this way because we've taken a bunch.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's
You pick.
with the hand.
Not what I would
With
pick.
the hand. We all have hands.
The one with the moving hand.
The question has to do with the mythology of the show. I know, like, you guys are very good about something not right for your character, you let them know. Does it bother you when they sort of change the mythology of the show?
Yes.
It bothers us too.
Yeah. I will say that it's probably not done intentionally, but sometimes they paint themselves into a corner, and it's like the only way to get out of it is to kind of hit Control-Alt-Delete. And you got to remember, this is our third showrunner. So what the previous showrunner may have established has kind of maybe painted this particular showrunner into a corner, and he's got to figure out a way to get out of it.
Yeah, and
so,
I actually touched on that in my private, talking about how Kripke and Campbell.
he talks to his private a lot about the mythology,
Anyways, when I was touching my private,
which apparently also has issues with the mythology of the show.
isn't that right? No, in my private Q&A,
Private say something?
I touched on the first two showrunners, Kripke and Sarah. They each kind of had to write a closing to the show because they didn't know that it was going to keep going and going and going. So they did inadvertently paint a few corners that they walked straight into, not knowing that we were still going to go. Like Kripke was like, I hope we get 3 years. I hope we get 1 season, you know? And so he was writing a show, and inevitably we had to make some rules, and now we're breaking them. And I don't love it. Inevitably we find out, like we were talking about, have we shown that was the one with Sam and Dean that are fake Sam and Dean?
The French mistake.
We were like, well, how come the holy water didn't work? They're like, well, it's fake holy water. Kevin doesn't. So they figured out a way that even though a lot of times it seems that mythology has been broken, there is some way that it could have been. There could have been a scene where we're poisoning something or something gets cracked. There are a few times we've had to break it. We do not like that, but we'd rather the show keep going, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, after shooting 172 episodes, sometimes the writers have to take some creative liberties, and so just bear with us.
I'm going to go in the back row. You've had your hand up on. Yes, you. Yes. Because you were holding, it was so sad, she was like, your arm was faltering and the other one saying didn't.
Yesterday, Kristen Kane tweeted that you were talking about getting him on the show. Yeah. Is that true? And can you tell us anything?
I'm gonna slap that boy. Where's my phone? What did he say? He texted me something. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, or
I was touching my private.
he was having a conversation with his privates. Yeah, he said, yo, leverage is done. Let me know if you need me to come up there so you and your brother can whip my ass. And I said, I'll get right on it.
We love that one. I mean, all this.
Yeah, no, he'd be fun.
They stole all this from us, so we'll steal Christian from them.
Yeah, we'll take Kane from him. Yeah, no, we'll see. That's ultimately not up to us. That's a producer writer kind of thing. But
we could certainly fight for it.
I can certainly throw some seeds at it and see if anything goes. Yes, right here. Yes.
I love the fact that season 8 now we're getting to see the bond between the brothers coming back again.
You're gonna hate the finale. I really should have killed you in season 1.
My question actually goes back further, and I've asked this of a couple people through Twitter and never gotten an answer. What happened to the cult? It disappeared after the cemetery was in the
Yeah, we ran out of bullets, so it's just chilling in the back of the car.
Is it in hell? Wait,
He was holding it when Cass zapped them out of the cemetery at the end of the video. He dropped it.
what season was that?
How do you remember all that?
Jared, why don't you take this one?
I'm gonna send it to my brother. Long story short,
Big brain, please.
What's that?
Big brain, please.
Yeah. I have no idea. We had the discussion. I don't have my phone. I just have it. I text Kevin Parks. Text Kevin Parks. Ask him. He might know.
So where is the cult and just call Kevin. We'll take another question while we figure that out. How about that? Right here, blonde. Yes.
Since you guys often film out of order, have you ever looked back on an episode and say, geez, I kind of acted that the wrong way, or I should have looked at that kind of episode from a different perspective?
Well, we don't film out of order hardly ever. I mean, the shows like we film one after the other, one after the other. It's very rare that we have to go back and shoot something from from an episode that's gone by, or from an episode that we haven't shot yet. We're gonna, that's rare. But even though we still film in order, we don't know where the show is gonna go. Like we could be doing something in the beginning of the season and have no idea that 10 episodes from now it's going to be different, or so yeah, there are probably moments that we're like, oh, I could have done that, but if we did that, we'd be it's really once we finish an episode, it's like, okay, moving on, and you kind of have to do that just to keep your sanity. Otherwise, you're constantly kicking yourself, going, oh, I could have done that, because you can do it 1,000 ways. I mean, we can do scenes, you know, many different ways, but you just got to commit to one way, do it, and move on. And you know, that's.
Misha famously didn't like the way he talked. He was like, I was gonna do like 2 episodes, so I did this voice. And now 5 years later, he was like, I wouldn't have done that if I knew I was gonna do it.
I think he's like running into medical issues now. No, I'm just kidding. Yes.
I bet everyone agrees with me. The show is so great because it doesn't fit into a genre. You have your every genre, your comedy, your action, your suspense, everything. My favorite episode to watch would be changing channels. I think it's the most hilarious. What was your favorite episode to film? Do you prefer the funny ones or do you prefer the serious ones?
I think we probably prefer the funny ones because they're, you know, we get a kick out of doing those. I think the serious, emotional ones probably leave a more of a lasting mark on our soul.
I think I like French Mistake.
Yeah, French Mistake is good. Changing channels is good too. You know, then we also, you know, we get to do stuff like the Western one. You know, that's fun. We get to, you know, I got to do the 1940s one with, you know, so it really, you're right. I mean, the show we kind of, you know, cover the whole spectrum of things that we can do, and which is, you know, I think one of the reasons it's a success is because, you know, we're not just one note. We get to play them all, and I think you know, Yellow Fever was a lot of fun. So yeah.
And the outtakes are hilarious, so please keep them coming.
Well, I'll tell you what. As far as the outtakes and the gag reel, we could literally have a 3-hour gag reel. I know that's what I keep telling Phil.
Actually, the movie is going to just be a gag reel.
It's just a gag reel.
Gag reel, the movie. 2-hour gag reel.
Yeah, so it's anyway. We saw the season 8 gag reel. And it's funny. You guys will enjoy it if you like that kind of thing.
My sister randomly, very randomly, texted me a month ago or something. She was like, I just laughed out loud. I was messing around with YouTube. This is like during the day. She's like, and Jensen says it smells like sulfur, and you said I ate sulfur for breakfast. So don't ask me why I was watching your gag reel, but it made me laugh out loud. Meanwhile, she's like at work, and she's like, I ate sulfur for breakfast. Yes, I'm gonna go back over here. Yeah, both go. At the same time, fight.
Jensen, you're going to be a dad really, really soon, and I just wanted to know if you've already been like starting telling Jensen little tips about parenting after they sit.
I've only ever said, listen, just stay away from a pregnant wife. They're dangerous. Maybe little bits here and there. I mean, I think it's trial by fire. I think the best advice I ever got from a parent was like, just figure it out, you know? Because it's not. I don't think it's gonna. I mean, I've only done it once.
I think I did. I asked him a couple months ago. I was like, "Hey, what was there a book that you read or something that you would recommend?" And he's like, "It's not going to help."
I mean it. I read 20 baby books, you know, and they're all like, you'll pick up the 2 best-selling baby books, and one says do this, the other one says like don't do that. Well, I'll figure it out. Honestly, my best piece of advice is probably the baby Bjorn. I mean it, because it's that thing that holds them like a kangaroo, so you can do something. Because when they're a baby, if you're like walking around, you can't do anything, and you're useless at first. You're like, I can't do anything. I'm holding a baby. But then when you strap them onto you, then you can kind of use both hands, so you can still do stuff. That sounds like really bad parenting. Get something to hold your baby. So
Get something that makes the baby obsolete. And you'll be much better. I did get an interesting piece of advice from Misha. I know, I think it's going to be like some weird. It's actually a good one. He said that he said stay off the internet. When when she gets sick or if she starts having certain issues or whatever, don't go to the internet to diagnose it. Because all that does, all it is horror stories, and it'll just scare the pants off you. Don't do it, and he's like, and tell Danielle not to do it. Of course, that was too late. She's already doing it anyway. But yeah, because he's like, because the people that actually take the time to write about it are the ones that have the horror stories. The ones that everything is cool, or that it didn't, nothing became of an issue or a situation. They're not going to sit down and be like, I had some weird bruising going on in my legs, and it was all good. It went away. No, you hear the one like, I don't have a leg anymore. And then, of course, he was like, oh my God, my legs are gonna fall off. Stop reading that crap. So that was a good piece of advice from me. She's like, don't pay attention to the internet, because it's just horror stories. So anyway, yeah. Yes, right here.
She was basically for Lucifer here, talking about the dynamic between Sam and Mark Pellegrino Lucifer, and if we talked about it, and we talked about it a little bit, but he played Lucifer before I did, right? Yes. So I went and studied what he had done. Yeah, that makes sense now, because I've been given DVDs of what he had done, and I also, but for me it was, and I did the same when I played Meg. Trying to see what was going on. That's funny. Today I said I'm the bitch, or I'll be the bitch or something. I'm saying weird things these days. We didn't so much hash it out. He and I are both seasoned professionals, so we know how to do what we need to do. But I studied him. It was more important for me to study him, but also I wanted it different because Lucifer wanted to be in Sam's vessel. So the Lucifer that I played was Lucifer that had achieved success, whereas Lucifer he played was Lucifer that maybe had something to prove, was maybe a little bit more feisty because he knew that he wasn't where he needed to be. If that makes any sense. That sounds really... Thank you.
You talking about the version with him in the white suit? Yeah. I was so angry with him because of that, because this was an episode that I literally poured myself into, because I was playing like 2 deans, one, and it was so, that was probably the hardest episode out of all 172 episodes that I've ever done. And I was like, you know what, I'm really going to give it my all, give my all. This jerk-off comes in at the end of the episode and just puts in this amazing performance, and I'm like, well, there you go, I just stole the whole show, you jerk.
It was the suit, it was the white suit.
No, it was a very good scene for him. Of course, he had like 5 days off to prepare for it.
I did.
Because it was just Dean and Dean for 5 freaking days. Anyway. I digress. Yes, in the white jacket. Yes.
I'll be here.
My favorite Ninja Turtle these days? Well, as a kid, I
It
liked...
changes as he gets older.
I thought Donatello had a cool name, but a staff was always like, staff doesn't seem dangerous. The Sai, Raphael's, this is amazing. Raphael's Sai were really cool, but I had some fake Sai.
Nerd
really
alert.
hard to use. And then Nardo obviously was the leader, had a long sword, which is pretty cool. But my guy was always Michelangelo.
I wish I could erase the last 10 seconds of my life.
Oh, you bought the little nunchuckers and doing your stuff.
Jared!
I totally had them. I went to Disneyland or something, because they were so popular. I had like the little foam nunchuckers.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Nunchucks?
Nunchucks. Nunchucks.
Yeah, nunchucks.
Nunchucks. Nunchucks.
0 chucks. And you get them, you swing them around, you're like, I'm a ninja. And then you hit yourself.
They're back on Nickelodeon now. They brought them back.
I'm gonna go with you because yes. I got your hopes up, then I'll let your hopes down, so I'll yes, please do go ahead. Nice to meet you.
Jared saw what it did to me and is not going to do.
That's true. That's true. No, I don't think so. Will I ever direct someday something? Maybe, hopefully. But for Supernatural, I did see what it did to Jensen. It's hard work. It's hard work to...
I'm a glutton for punishment for some reason. I don't know. Jared has figured out a way to not do that, so...
I did text him pictures, though. What's it?
Me? If they'll let me. Again, glutton for punishment. I'm like, why? Why? But I don't know. I don't know. Gentleman right here, yeah.
We all know that the ladies love you.
We got this guy right over here going, I don't.
You guys had any advice for any man in here, or any man in here? Awesome.
Any advice to any guy about wanting to be awesome?
Get on a TV show.
Yeah. Get on a TV show, shoot 173 episodes. And maybe, I don't know.
We're not even awesome. We just act awesome. As soon as we walk out here, I got like baby poop on my clothes.
Yeah, I'm gonna remind you that this was you're saying awesome to the guy that just like barraged you with his knowledge of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Dude, chick magnet.
So I'm concerned of your definition of awesome at this point. I'm gonna, you know what? This guy's awesome. Let's have what does he have to say? All right, Mr. Awesome. What do you got?
Today is my 15th wedding anniversary, and I took my wife at this convention.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And he's taller than Jared, which is even more awesome.
But not right now, because I'm on stage. And
Yeah, you know what? There's a definition of awesome. Is have a successful marriage of 15 years and love your wife enough to bring her to subject yourself to listening to the two of us yammer about a show. That's awesome. Well done.
find somebody to share hobbies with. I think Jen said it was when I farted that she was like, he farted at me. That's repulsive, but he's honest. But yeah, you could share.
Be confident, man. Be confident.
I think you're awesome.
All right, you guys are all awesome. We gotta go now. So thank you so much. We'll see you back in here in a little bit.